Greetings, scholars, parents, teachers, counselors. Hello, I'm John Baylor, founder, On to College. And this month, Ask John Anything, we're talking about recommendation letters. These are game changers. They are so huge. Oh, we can undo 13 years of fabulous effort with average or poor recommendation letters, or we can undo and accentuate 13 years of fabulous effort with terrific recommendation letters. We're talking about big scholarships and selective college admissions. Recommendation letters are huge. So I'm going to talk about a couple things. One, what makes a great recommendation letter? And then two, students, what can you do to help your teachers and counselors write them? And be sure to say thank you for this thankless task. Ready? Here we go. All right, teachers, counselors, what typically makes a great recommendation letter? A few things. One, passion for the student. If you don't feel particularly passionate about the student, just say no. Say no. Number two, show, don't tell. Show how good a writer he is. Show how great a trumpet player he is. Show how kind she is. Show, don't just tell how she's a fine writer. No, here's a paragraph I read in a recent essay that she wrote in our class. Oh, wow, okay. Show, don't tell, show. And that means details. We need specifics, details. Vague platitudes won't help the student particularly. Oh, smart kid, punctual, very kind, speaks up in class, is very capable of college level work. Not gonna help a whole lot. Fabulous writer, one of the best I've had. Here's an example of what she writes. This came from an essay she wrote on Huckleberry Finn. Whoa, okay, now you're really showing how good a applicant the student is. So we've got passion, we've got show, don't tell, we've got details. And one more thing, if you can add a little levity, crack a little joke, make the reader smile a little bit, that really endears the student to the college. So all those things mean a lot. But to be able to do that, you got to know the student particularly well. And students, this is where you come in. So students, choose wisely. You want teachers that know you well, typically from junior or senior year. Junior or senior year, and you want one from humanities, one from STEM. So one from humanities, English, social studies, history, maybe psychology, and one from science or math classes. Got it? One of each. If you know you're going to go to liberal arts school and you know you're not going to take any math, you're not particularly strong at math, you want to go two humanities teachers, that can work, but ideally it's one of each. Provide them with a resume so they have a fuller understanding of your entire life, and don't just hand them the resume, walk through it with them so they know, oh, you played volleyball, oh, you do this volunteer activity. That can help them fully color in the entire canvas describing you. And you also might offer, hey, would you like me to write a sample recommendation? Like if I had to write one for myself, would you like to see what I would write? And they might say, no, I'll take it from here. Or, sure, I'd like to see what you'd say about yourself, okay? Now, counselors are a little trickier because often counselors have hundreds and hundreds of students, and it's tougher for them to really get to know you. They don't see you every day in class the entire junior year, the entire fall of senior fall. So you got to really do all of that for them. And it's got to be done in a spirit of gratitude. This is a huge, thankless, unpaid favor they are doing, often over Thanksgiving break or Christmas break. So after it's all done, a nice little gift certificate to a local restaurant, something you've made or stitched or sewn or something that means something to them, just an expression of thanks. And be sure also to say, you know what, I don't need to review this recommendation. That lets them be a little freer. I don't need to review this recommendation. One more thing, do we offer additional recommendations? Good question. These scholarship review committees, these admissions officers at selective colleges, they're reviewing applicant after applicant after applicant. Providing an unsolicited, unrequested recommendations a little risky. They typically don't have the time. Here's the exception. Somebody who really knows you well for an activity or part of your life that's not otherwise covered in the application. So you talk about how you work with disadvantaged kids. Oh, here's the director of the program, and she can really speak to your true contribution. That's a really nice additional unsolicited recommendation. A truly influential person, maybe someone who's written some big checks to that college, who knows you fairly well. That can be helpful as well. Alrighty, but typically we don't provide unsolicited recommendations. Big thank you to all teachers and counselors anyone else who writes recommendations for young people, because these are difference makers in a world with lots of rejection. Selective colleges, high dollar scholarships, you make a huge difference. Thank you. And they feel the same way. Recommendation letters, application essays, game changers in college admissions and scholarship admissions. Ask John anything. See you next month.